Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade. Today we're going to be taking a look at a short trade here on crude oil off of the range highs. 59.55 is going to be the first target. Second target, 42. We've got that support at 43. Let's go to 44, and then the next target's going to be 32 down at those lows. So really, everything is setting up absolutely picture perfectly for a short trade here. We've got a beautiful wave pattern short coming right out of the trigger zone. Beautiful big old reversal candle right out of there too. So just by that, being by itself is exactly what we want to see. But looking even continued for more information, this is almost setting up as though it's a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern high. You can see the left shoulder, head, right shoulder that's forming now, and the anticipation is that we drop off of those highs. So really, the setup itself is looking beautiful on a lot of different levels. Not only do we have the wave pattern to get us in a little bit earlier, but we've got a head and shoulders pattern high. We're coming off the highs of that previous swing that we can see back here, which is going to act as a big chunk of resistance, especially on a day like today where we're relatively sideways. So it gives us a little bit more information of kind of what we're looking for. And looking to the downside here, entry shorts at 59.66, looking to take our first target off at 59.55. That's going to be 11 ticks. Looking to take off the next target down at 44, just ahead of that orange level there. That's going to lock in 22. And then looking for a little bit more down at the extension at 59.32, and that's going to give us a little bit more for 34 ticks. So if we can get all of these filled, taking 2 off at 11, so that's 22. Then we're putting in away another 22, and then the following 34 after that. So 78 ticks overall possible on the short trade here if we can get this thing going. So today is a little bit more of a consolidation day for sure, and it is kind of setting up in a way that even if we do get this first target filled at 59.55, I don't necessarily want to move my stop to break even, just because we can see that every time we hit these highs, we just get chopped up and chopped and chopped and chopped, and we're getting chopped up right now. So with that chopping action that we're getting right now, you got to be really careful at moving your stop down to break even, because there's a good chance that it's going to come back, stop you out, and then dump off of that. So really what I'm looking for here is once you get that first target filled, I'm going to leave my stop back where it is. It's a little bit of a riskier move to do that, because that is giving back a decent amount of the trade itself. But that does give it the room that this trade needs to work its way back down to the range lows, which right now I'm targeting 32. Chances are it might want to get down even to test that 59 even area, that whole area down there. But if you were looking for an extension target, that would be down here at the previous swing and just gunning for those levels, 59.10s or so in that location. So as we near this first target here, 59.55, I'm not going to move my stop to break even if it does fill rather, and I'm just going to leave my stop at 76. So it'll still stop us out if it does come back up in a profitable trade. It's only 20 bucks on the trade, but hey, 20 bucks isn't red. So we'll kind of leave it as is, but looking for the first target at 59.55, leaving our stop where it is until we get a little bit more confirmation of a breakdown. And really that's what we want to see. I want to see a solid breakdown of this level before I move my stop to break even. So it's kind of what I'm looking for. I was hoping that we were going to get our target filled right there, but looks like it's taking a little bit of time. So we'll give it a second here. See if we can get that 59.55 filled. After that, we'll look for a breakdown of 59.51 down to 44. Then we'll move our stop to break even and see if we can lock in a bigger move here. So we'll be back in a little bit, see if we can get that target filled. All right, getting a bit more selling pressure here. Let's see if they can hit the target. Got one tick away. One tick away seems to be the story of the day. There we go. We got the target filled here, 59.55 again. I'm going to leave my stop back where it is. You could try to lock it in a little bit if you want, but you've got to be really careful on a day like this. You can see how choppy it's been. So I'd rather not play with fire. I'm going to leave my stop where it is, 59.76. We'll play it a little bit more conservatively. If we break below this and we break down below it with some strength, then we'll move our stop to break even. So 59.51 is kind of the big area that we're looking for. Outside of that, next target at 44. So we'll be back in a little bit. All right, well, that was the whip I was concerned about. I wasn't exactly expecting that whole move and that big chunk, but you can see that whole area was just a chop fest. We hit the lows. There's going to be lots of buyers trying to buy that previous swing. There's lots of sellers thinking that this is the high of day. So we've got a really kind of mixed bag here in terms of what we're looking for. So it's not a surprise to see it chop around like this, but this is exactly why I didn't want to move my stop to break even, because what does it do? It stops you out where you would have been at break even and then dumps immediately into that target that we were looking for. So I'm not a big fan of giving back a bunch of money like that. So again, it was a little bit, I don't want to say riskier, because it would have still been a beneficial trade, but you do stand a chance of giving a little bit back by not moving your stop. But In doing so, we profited the whole way down. Now we can move our stop to break even, and now we're perfectly safe. So 59.65 is our stop, and we've got both of our targets taken out. So the second target at 22 ticks is locked in now without really any hassle at all once it finally decided to let loose. And really, that let loose was just on the fact that everyone got stopped out here at break even, and they're clear to sell again. So they sell it right back down, and it hits that first area. So we got our targets filled here at 44, looking for the next following move down to 32. That was a lot of strength that came in right there. And you can see we're nearing it already. One tick away. Let's move the stop. One tick away from the stop. Oh, okay. Well, we got it filled. Beautiful. All right, so we got our targets filled. And see, this is the important thing of kind of dissecting what the market's doing. If you moved your stop too early, yeah, you did get your first target. You got 22 ticks locked in. You got one off. You got the rest of them off at +1. It's still not a bad trade. But you missed out on the bigger move. And that bigger move locked in 78 ticks instead of 22. So it's not the sense that one trade's better than the other. It's just you do have to sometimes put a little bit of extra risk on the table to benefit from a bigger trade. And that's exactly what we see this morning. So beautiful wave pattern short off of the highs here on crude oil. Beautiful move down, got the first target, left our stop back just to be a little bit more conservative. Got our first target taken off and second target taken off. Then he moved the stop to break even, quickly snapped down to the final target at the lows. 78 ticks on the trade, $780. Not going to complain about that. Beautiful, beautiful setup. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com. And as always, we'll catch you next time.